Hey guys, welcome on in. We are back with another Eversoul video. Now, I want to just go over the battle mechanics of this event and how you could probably push a little bit more damage by refixing some of your team squads. I do want to point out that probably Fairy is the Fairy squad is probably the worst of them all right now, but you could probably do okay. There's a couple key pivotal characters that you need. So if you guys can, hit that like and subscribe. I do appreciate you, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so as a quick big tip, you can bring a friend in here. So I want to just make sure that you guys are aware that you can hire a soul. You can bring in, I think you can only use them once per day, but you can bring in a soul to help you out. So if you've got some high level friends, you can bring in their all-star DPSs. And let's talk about what those all-star DPSs are. All right, so after the big tip, we have another big tip, and it's really around healers. You got to at least bring one healer. You don't really need tanks for this. Now, there's a couple of pivotal healers that you could bring. Geo works out perfectly fine because she has a heal that works for the entire arena that you don't have to use her ultimate for. And there's a couple other healers that you can use as well, which is I like to use Clara, mainly because Clara's skill allows you to heal, and it doesn't have a range to it, so it heals everyone on the battlefield. And then the other healer I actually really like to bring in here, which I actually do not have, is Prim. Now, Prim is an undead character. Let me see if I can bring her up in the Soulpedia here. A few characters I do not have, but Prim is a great healer as well. 100% would bring at least one of those healers into your squad. And then quickly before we get into the fight, I'm going to show you a couple of fights here and a couple different team compositions that you can do. You do want to bring in an all-star attacker. There's a couple on the top of the list. In my opinion, Haru is probably at the top of the list, if not one of the top of the list. Another character that you want to bring in, even if it breaks your synergy, is Violet. Violet's going to do a ton of damage, especially considering that she has defense reduction, which is really good. So I actually might end up bringing her as well. And going back to find, there's not really a great DPS for this event in Fairy. And then going to human, like, you're probably going to get about equal usage out of Jade, Sherry, and Mephi. I would probably say Mephi would be your highest DPS here, but that's really pushing it. Lindsay could be really high as well, but you're really utilizing her for her AoE, and she's not going to really benefit, I believe, from some of these daze attacks. I haven't been able to fully test that. Which, by the way, if you guys are wondering what to buy in the store, I do have another video. It's somewhere above my head. Make sure you go check it out. I can help you out. I got a spreadsheet for it and everything like that. Now, the highest damage I've been able to get is 10.5 million. And this is the team I ran, which was pretty good. So I kind of just want to walk you through it because there's a tip in the fight. So we're going to do this fight 3 times. First time is going to be full, and you're going to just see my team in action. Let's go ahead and plug in my favorite team so far. So we have a sub healer, we have a primary healer, we have a DPS over here. All right, so we're going to be in slow motion real quick. One thing I do want to point out is that you see this bar that's underneath the health bar of Office Corrupt Chloe. Whenever that bar gets close to full, she's going to do this face where you need to attack her with 2 active abilities or with some sub abilities if they automatically fire. So I like to actually slow down combat as that gets closer. I save some of my different abilities. You can use Clara's, you can use Talia's, and I like to use a few of these different abilities in order to proc it. So you'll see her, she'll make this face here. Oh, I hit it early. Oh, no. Oh, no. So I made the foo bar, so I thought she was going to hit that other face. That's the face we're looking for. We'll see if we can still get it. I don't know if we can. We did. That's really good. So she's going to take additional damage as you're in there. That's when you're going to be able to hit that ultimate skill. So what you could do is you can fast forward. You can hit that triple. Go ahead and use all the other abilities that you don't really care about on command, healing, blah, 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 blah. And as that bar starts to get filled up there, you want to slow down the gameplay again. Now, you could probably auto this and, if you really just don't care. But, I mean, getting the max amount of points that you can get is very, very critical. So make sure you just don't get baited like I did right there. Make sure she does this, like, pog face. You're gonna see it here in just a second. Bam. We're going to go ahead and hit it. See if she stuns. She did. All right, we're going to hit our other abilities. Bam. We're going to hit our ult. Nice. We lined up a lot of abilities right there in order to do some damage. She's going to take additional damage. We're going to go ahead and speed run through that again. Go ahead and use that. We can use Talia's on command. We can use Clara's on demand whenever you need healing. All right, we're getting close. We're going to use Haru's here in just a second. Haru seems to be a pretty good one to proc it over. Might be a way that we can optimize that just a little bit better. Then we're going to hit all these other abilities to start stacking up some debuffs. And then bam, we're going to go ahead and hit that right. Bam! Nice hit. Great hit. Great hit. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Go ahead and speed run through that again. Somehow I got like a double stun, it looked like. All right, get some healing going there. All right, we're going to slow it down again because we're getting close. I did not mean to use that early. Obviously, I am terrible at this game. Absolutely the worst. All right, face coming. There it is. Boom. Boom. Another stun right in the bucket. Go ahead and hit that. And all these different abilities. Get that synergy rolling. And then we're going to hit it with the big skill again. Hopefully get some crits. And it looks like we have been getting a decent amount of crits, which is really good. I think we can get one more stun before we take away here. It's going to be a little dicey. See what happens. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. One final stun. Oh, almost got it. Almost got it. So that wasn't the best run. Usually I hit about 10 million. That wasn't the best run I've done, but that's mainly because I messed up a little bit there. Let's try and get a little unconventional with this. So we changed up the formation. I'm still going to use Haru here because my main DPS, but I'm actually going to put Violet in there in order to get that synergy. And I'm just going to try and put another undead in there. Now, I don't have the other, I don't have another great undead to use, unfortunately. You could probably use something like Rebecca or if you had Prim as your healer, swap out Clara for Prim to use some different combinations here. But let's go ahead and try this out. Now, we did remove Talia, so that's going to be a DPS hit. So I'd like to try and bring her back for the third fight. And I'll see you guys at the end, and we'll assess what we did. All right, we're back. Honestly, not the worst. I was actually a little surprised on how well that actually worked. Let's take a look at the damage here. So obviously Haru, we forgot to look at the damage of the previous. I apologize. But I'll probably show a screenshot of that. We're looking at the damage here. Haru did pretty good damage. Flynn, Violet, and funny enough, Nameless kind of did pretty solid damage across the board. Now, Haru's not doing as much damage as I think Haru can do, but I think that's dependent on, you know, crits and a few other things. But that Violet defense down seemed to work pretty good, but that just goes to show you that there's a few pivotal characters that you can do it. And I'm probably showing on screen some of the screenshots that we've had from in Discord of some of the other team comps that have been very successful. So anyways, hopefully that helped you out. Make sure that you guys are stunning the boss when that bar is full. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take it easy. fist bump from me to you.